Good evening. अभी last session बाकी है. Movie अभी बाकी है, right? So before I begin, I'd really like to thank Gaurav for, I don't know how he hunted me down a few months ago and found me and connected with me and asked me to be here. And I'm really excited for two things. The first thing is that I'm able to come here and speak to a fraternity of business people that I truly connect with because I've been a BNI member myself for the last 10 years. And second and more importantly is because I get a chance to share my views on a subject that is so dear to my heart, and that is about, does business have a gender? You know, when Gauravji sent me this topic, I said, you know what? There couldn't have been a better topic for me to speak than to speak about if business has a gender. And just take a moment and look around you. How many women entrepreneurs do you see in the room? Just take a moment. Look around. Yes? Can I have a big shout from all the women entrepreneurs in the room, please? Now, that constitutes only 17% of the BNI membership within Surat, which is consisting of women entrepreneurs. And it is Gaurav's dream and goal to achieve that number, get that number going up from 17% to about 25% in the next 1 year, and then to take it up to 50-50 in the next 5 or 6 years. So can we have a big round of applause for that vision that Gaurav has for this entire region? Right? So since morning, we've been listening to some really amazing speakers. I think as a student, as a learner, Gaurav, you truly made my day by inviting me here today, because I've had a great time listening to some phenomenal speakers, people in flesh and blood. You know, whether it was O.P. Chaudhary, who spoke about his vision for entrepreneurship in India by 2020, or whether it was Gaurav Maria, who spoke about the power of exponential growth. और उन्होंने एक जो बात बोली मेरे मन में रह गई कि रियली इफ यू गो एंड टेक अ लुक, सबवे कौन खाता है, मैकडोनल्ड्स कौन खाता है, एंड लुक एट द नंबर ऑफ आउटलेट्स देव गॉट ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, और गुजरात की खांडवी इतनी टेस्टी है, उसकी कितनी दुकानें हैं? Which is the most famous restaurant in Gujarat, if you can give me a shout out by the name? See, it does not even come to our mind. And then I loved the way that he spoke about the power that is sitting inside this room, which speaks about what you can do for your business if you just think and change your mindset a little bit and get into the mindset of growth and not organic growth. कि 100 सालों की किसी की बिजनेस की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चल रही है और वो 1 से 2 दुकानें, 2 से 4 दुकानें हुई, but I'm looking at growth that is exponential, which means in 5 years from today, can your business set up, no matter what business you run, whether you're an author, or a speaker, a businessman, a retailer, can you scale up your business to at least 50 to 100 outlets in the next 5 years? That's the question. And I love that aspiration of exponential growth that he planted in our minds today. And then we had, of course, Dholakia ji, who I instantly became a fan of simply because it was such a joy to listen to such good Gujarati. मैं मारवाड़ी हूँ, लेकिन गुजरातियों के साथ रह के मैं भाषा समझने लग पड़ी हूँ और काफ़ी सारा बोल भी लेती हूँ. So जब वो बोल रहे थे कि power of intention में क्या जादू है, this is something that I picked up the most from his talk. And I realized that it's really the power of intention in whatever you do. You know, the power of intention of Gaurav and Nidhi to bring BNI to Surat, while they've got their own businesses and careers that are growing. While Gaurav has got his own business set up and, you know, Nidhi's been on the teaching side of management for the longest time, why did they let all of that come onto the side and then come forward and say, you know what, हमारी intention क्या है? कि सूरत जिसको हम इतना ज़्यादा प्यार करते हैं as a city, how do you take Surat and give it the absolute best that it can get? And then they took on the BNI franchisee in 2016, and here we are. So I absolutely loved that piece when Dholakia ji spoke about loving your business so much that your business loves you back by giving you as many profits as you want, by giving you the lifestyle that you want, only when you love where you are, not comparing. Look at him, his business is better. नहीं, आपका धंधा तो बहुत अच्छा चलता होगा, हमारे धंधे में तो permanent मंदी है. तो फिर आप वो धंधा कर क्यों रहे हैं? सोचने वाली बात है, right? So, coming back to the topic of today, which is about, does business have a gender? When I started working on this topic, a lot of interesting thoughts came to my mind, and it's really difficult to put everything within 45 minutes and present it to you, but I will give it my best shot, right? So, in my opinion, business does have a gender. It has a gender that you give it. A little while ago, Sonu very beautifully spoke about Shivji. जब शिवजी की बात होती है तो बात अर्धनारीश्वर की भी होती है कि शिवा और पार्वती जब दोनों इकट्ठे मिलके कुछ काम करते हैं तब जाके जादू होता है, तब जाके धरती पर चेंज आता है, राइट? एंड दैट्स द सेम perspective that I like to give to business as well. A business requires both the genders, male and female. It requires male qualities of ambition, vision, growth, and it requires female qualities of nurturing relationships, building people, creating compassion in the workplace. And while I was having a conversation with Gaurav and Nidhi, who I've just met yesterday, I realized that they are a living embodiment of true Ardhanarishwar. While Gaurav is going out and launching chapters and getting more and more people to join BNI so that their lives change, what is Nidhi doing? Nidhi is creating the support system, creating the balance between getting more people in and then making sure that they're well taken care of by getting them into the system of BNI, by doing trainings or by supporting members in the issues that they may have and helping people build relationships that will last for a lifetime. Because in my opinion, and as I saw it in everybody else's speech today, in some way or the other, money is a byproduct. And I feel what's more important than anything else is the network that you build that will decide where you're going to be 5 years from today. Along with the people you meet, along with the books you read, it's also the kind of network that you create around you that will change the trajectory of your life in the next 5 years. That's the way I look at it. And for me, male and female qualities are the same, are two parts of the same coin. One without the other cannot create any magic. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Yes, thank you. देखिए प्रॉब्लम ये है, ये मैंने देखा अब मेरे साथ ज़्यादा होता है. पिछले 5 सालों से मैं MSP ट्रेनर हूँ. आप में से हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव अटेंडेड MSP ट्रेनिंग्स? ये सबसे लंबी ट्रेनिंग होती है BNI की और काफ़ी बोरिंग भी हो जाती है जब आपको दोबारा तिबारा चौबारा करनी पड़ती है, राइट? और बैंगलोर में हम ये सेशन हर महीने में 2 बार करते हैं. तो एक और जो ट्रेनर है मेरे साथ वो यूजुअली मॉर्निंग का सेशन ले लेते हैं और जो आफ्टरनून का सेशन होता है वो मुझे दे दिया जाता है. एंड आई फील समवेयर गौरव स्मेल्ड दैट एंड सेड इनको भी आफ्टरनून का ही सेशन देते हैं. इनको आदत है, लोग ऐसे बैठेंगे, ऐसे सोएंगे, कोई व्हाट्सएप चेक कर रहा होगा, कोई फ़ोटो खींच रहा होगा, लेकिन इसके बीच में लीना को डाल देते, लीना विल स्पीक. एंड आई सी द एग्जैक्ट सेम एनर्जी इन द रूम. सो कैन आई प्लीज आस्क एवरीबडी टू प्लीज स्टैंड अप राइट नाउ. Yes, this is your time to stretch and this is my way of buying time from you and your attention. Can we all take our hands right in front of us and give a good stretch? And you can make all the noises you want, saying, ah, ooh, good. Can you take your hands right on top? And with me, move to this side of the room as I move, making all the noises that you want. One more moving on this side. Thank you. Turn to the person next to you. Give them a high five and say, picture abhi baki hai. One big round of applause to yourself and please take a seat. Cue. So where are we today in terms of business having a gender? And we see that in India, entrepreneurship, especially from the women's side, is really lacking. We've not really reached where we want to reach. And jadoo tab hota hai jab men and women walk hand in hand and do businesses together and create larger opportunities together. If you look at the world indexes today, you'll see that countries like the US, Canada, and New Zealand are the most popular ones where there is maximum support available for women entrepreneurs. India का नाम कहीं नहीं आता अब तक. But I'm sure as groups like BNI and so many other groups across the country are doing their job, this number is bound to change and it will change very soon. So how do you create opportunities in such a way that more and more women feel supported to come forward and do entrepreneurship as a way of life? The first thing is by having government support. क्योंकि government जो है, ये the entire system को handle करता है, जो कि आपकी और मेरे बस की बात नहीं है. It comes up with policies, it comes up with benefits for women entrepreneurship schemes, it comes up with benefits at like lower rate of interest for borrowing for women entrepreneurs and women-run organizations. The second part is where you have communities like BNI, which is what? Set of people who come together to create a space जहाँ पर women entrepreneurs को safe लगे to come and discuss business. And it's not a social forum, it's a business forum. And the third part, the most important one, where you can contribute, is the part of individual contribution to any business or to anybody's life. Or that one individual you is what you underestimate the most. And today I'd like to share a little more about that. So there are 3 things that you could do as men and as women to help create an environment where more and more women entrepreneurs want to come forward and take a plunge and get into entrepreneurship. The first thing, if you're a woman, the 3 things that you could do is, number 1, make sure that you believe in yourself. I see so many women entrepreneurs who are so good at what they do, whether it is making pickles and papads or whether it is making business plans and strategies. Women are absolutely brilliant, but we are just so scared to come forward. And I realize the only thing that's stopping us from coming forward is our belief system. आप सोच के देखिए, जब लड़की शादी करके पति के घर चली जाती है तो कितने लोगों के साथ जाती है? अकेली जाती है, राइट? शेरनी की तरह. आप बच्चे पैदा कर लेते हो, आप मल्टीटास्क बड़े अच्छे से कर लेते हो, like super women. You're taking care of homes, you're taking care of children, you're taking care of your husband, family, his family, your family, the house front. So tell me, how difficult is it for you to do business? बाएं हाथ का खेल होना चाहिए. Yes or no? क्योंकि यही मल्टीटास्किंग क्वालिटीज आपको बिजनेस में भी चाहिए, in a different way. You need to take care of strategy, you need to take care of people, you need to take care of ambition, you need to take care of inspiration factor within the business, you need to take care of marketing, sales, product development, research and development, and so many other things. It's all part of the same game. बस नाम अलग है. So the first thing, women, please make sure that you believe in yourself and your capabilities. अगर आप इतना सारा कुछ कर चुके हो, business तो सच में आपके बाएं हाथ का खेल है. The second part is that have a learner mindset. I see most seminars and conferences where I go to, workshops that I attend, women show up in lesser numbers. And I feel that's again because of the fear कि मैं चली तो जाऊंगी workshop में पर मेरे पल्ले क्या पड़ेगा, मुझे समझ क्या आएगा. No, the more you go and sit and learn and open your mind, the more you will take away. And there was one of my mentors about 6-7 years ago told me that, you know, Leena, you could spend 3 days in a workshop and you may think कि यार कुछ नहीं मिला, पर आप 3 दिन का सारा content एक साथ दिमाग में नहीं set कर सकते हो. पर अगर उन 3 दिनों में अगर एक भी बात ऐसी रही होगी which you liked and you want to take away and you want to apply it in your life, then what Sonu spoke will make so much more sense. One marginal difference that you create in your life will create such a huge impact in the way you're showing up as people. So have a learner mindset. The third one is look the part that you want to play. आप आसपास देखिए, how many men are wearing blazers today? They're playing the part. They want to look like they mean business. So for women also, you have attire consciousness, which means you dress to play the part. अगर आप किसी कंपनी में जाके नौकरी के लिए आप अप्लाई करते हो, look the part of the role that you want to play. If you're applying for the position of a very senior level HR, you've got to look that part. You can't go dressed very docile, very quiet and timid, because that is the first impression that you're creating with people that you meet. Yes? Does any of this make sense, guys? Yes? Okay. Coming to the next part. 3 things that you can do if you're a man in the room. First thing, it becomes your responsibility to create a safe space for women entrepreneurs wherever you go, not just in BNI. अगर आप client meeting पे जा रहे हो and there are women entrepreneurs there, it becomes your responsibility to make sure that you're creating a safe space for them. If you're in a BNI chapter, your duty to make sure that you create a safe space so women come and feel comfortable to ask business and to do business. How many of you agree? How many of the men sitting in the room have at least one woman in their life? A mother, a sister, a daughter, a wife, maybe a girlfriend, maybe a few girlfriends. Would you not like कि जब भी आपकी लाइफ में जो भी औरतें हैं, when they go out, they find a safe environment? Yes? So then all the women who are sitting in the room here also have men back home who hope that their women are also into safe environments. So it becomes everybody's joint responsibility to create that safe environment where a woman can flourish as an entrepreneur and doesn't have to worry. Yes? Okay. Second part, don't ever, and I mean don't you ever, laugh at any woman's dream. If somebody had laughed at the dreams of a mother who was making pickles at home, Priya Pickles would not be a global brand today. How many of you have heard of Priya Pickles? Yes. Some son woke up and took charge and said, hey mom, if this is your dream, I will help you make it come true. Remember, a man comes into the world through a woman. And through your lifetime, you always have a woman taking care of you. First it's your mother, then it's your wife, then it's your daughter. And you are flying so high today only because the women in the home base are taking care of you. How many of you don't even know where your clothes are kept in the cupboard? You need your wife to get them for you. How many of you don't even know how the household runs when you travel? You don't know that your children fell sick, but they were taken care of. Your parents were unwell, but they were taken care of. All along your life, even the fact that you're sitting here today on a Sunday evening, listening to a seminar and listening to people come and give you gyan about business, there is somebody in the home base who's taking care. Yes? They have been the wind beneath your wings all your life. And now if you sit back and laugh and say, oh, my wife, she wants to start stock market broking. She knows nothing about stocks. Well, then help her go and learn it. I was amazed. I saw a stall of Jainam investments. And I was so amazed to watch women standing inside that stall and speak with such confidence. And the person who was there, who was introducing us to them, said, these are the women who give us the numbers. They are the women who tell us where to invest our clients' money. Can we have a big round of applause for the Jainam guys, please? And look, if you laugh at the dreams of the women in your life, what chance do they have to go out and make a life out of it? Think about it. If somebody laughed at your dreams, you wouldn't be here. No matter how silly your dream, your mother always told you, it's okay, go ahead and do it and I will support you. So it's your time to go back and support the women around you in your life so that they can grow and become what they truly want to become. And the third part is to be of absolute 100% committed support to the women in your life. It could be your colleague, it could be a friend, it could be a friend's friend, it could be anyone. So 3 things for men: create a safe space for women wherever you go. Second, make sure that you don't laugh at the dreams of the women around you. And third part, make sure that you go all out and provide 100% support to the women entrepreneurs. And one of the best ways you can support women entrepreneurs is by inviting them to a BNI chapter. How many of you agree? How many women entrepreneurs in the room feel that BNI is really that one safe space where you can come and really do business every single week? How many women in the room feel that way? Yes, and that includes me as well. Otherwise, catch me sticking around in a business organization for 10 years. Not me. Not me. And coming to, the next part, a lot of you may be thinking कि ये ऐसे ही बता रही है, ये theory में बता रही है Leena, it doesn't work like this, life is not like this. So I'll share my story with you. Is that okay? My story is that in 2010, when I was invited, in 2007, somebody invited me to a BNI chapter meeting. And that time BNI was just catching up in Bangalore and I had reached dead end with where I wanted to go in my business. So मैंने कहा चलो desperation है, चले जाते हैं, क्या पता कुछ निकल आए. And I took the courage and I dressed up. I picked up few of my visiting cards and I landed at a BNI launch meeting, where a new chapter was being launched. And I went into that room and life just changed 360 degrees from that day on till today. In the first year, thank you. In the first year, हमारा बहुत छोटा business था. We were into corporate gifting and we hardly were making any great business in sales at that point. So 24,000 rupees का check देने के लिए हमारे पास पैसे नहीं थे. तो Mala and me, Mala is my partner, she is here with me today. Both of us pulled out our pocket money और पता नहीं कहाँ से निकाल के with cash change, with coins, we collected 24,000 rupees. और शर्म आ रही थी BNI ऑफिस में जाके ऐसे कैश देने में, तो हम बैंक में गए और उनको बड़ी नोटों में कन्वर्ट किया. And then we went and gave our first payment for becoming a BNI member. And in the first year, only 1% of my business turnover came from BNI. मैं बड़ी upset कि यार मेहनत के पैसे भी चले गए, टाइम भी चला गया और ये क्या बात हुई, business ही नहीं मिला. But we continued to be in the system in faith for 3 years. 3 सालों बाद, about 30% of my business came from BNI. And that was the year, thank you. And those were the years when we were going through 2 massive recessions. And there were so many times in those years that Mala and me felt कि business बंद कर देते यार, कुछ नौकरी ढूंढते, ये हमसे नहीं होगा. And you know who came and stood there and held our hand at that time? It was not our family. It was our BNI family that came together. Yes. And I owe such deep gratitude to BNI just for being that space for me and saying it's okay. हम तुम्हारे लिए अभी referrals नहीं ला पा रहे, कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन आप साथ चलो. दुकान बंद मत करो. We will continue, we will somehow manage and we will make this happen. In 2010, I got an opportunity to go ahead and study and do a lot of extra work with BNI, become one of the members in the leadership team. Life changed. I learned how to speak better. Today I speak for 6 hours non-stop in an MSP training. But for the first 3 years of BNI, I couldn't even speak my 30 seconds without shivering and without sweating and nervousness. And today here I am standing here in front of you and having a conversation about how life has changed with BNI. Yes, in 2013, one of our executive directors back then chose me to be one of the director consultants in the area of training. So I went and got trained in Mumbai. And for the last 5 years, I've been doing MSP trainings in Bangalore. Trained over 2,500 plus entrepreneurs on how to network better in the system of BNI. 2015, I wrote a book called Goals Mantra, which helps people set, achieve, and celebrate their life goals. 2016, I appeared on TED. 2017, 55% of my turnover is coming only from BNI referrals. And the interesting thing to see is, in 2007, my turnover was only this much. So, iska 1%. And in 2017, by the grace of God, my turnover is this much, and a whooping 55% of that comes from BNI referrals. So, if you're sitting here and saying, "Pata nahi ye BNI kaam karega ya nahi karega," I want you to think again. And 2018 has just begun, and I'm here in front of you, talking to you, sharing my journey. Show me another organization that can give you this kind of personal development in your entrepreneurship journey that BNI does. Show me another place that will do this for you, which will tell you how to talk about your own business in 30 seconds, which will show you how to make the best presentation in front of any client in the world in just 5 minutes, which shows you how to talk and what to talk to the people that you meet. And not just go and put your visiting card in their face and say, "This is my business, sir, give me business." Show me another organization in the world that does that. There isn't any. There isn't any. Yes, and Surat, I've been doing a little bit of a research ever since I got invited, and I realized that you guys are the fastest growing region of BNI in the world. Can we have a massive round of applause for that, please? And the philosophy is, when you want to go fast, you go alone. But when you want to go far in life, you go together. And that point was so beautifully reiterated by Sonu in the first habit, कि आपको सबको साथ लेके चलना है. Because what's the point of becoming successful if you're all alone? Who will you share the joy with? Who will you share the success with? Who will you share that one cup of coffee with and say, you know what, I made this happen? There is no point. Yes? And this reminds me of, why it's so important to have more and more women entrepreneurs engaging in the Indian ecosystem of entrepreneurship, because I truly believe the kind of geniuses and the kind of multitasking and the kind of intelligence and thinking on our feet that women have can change the way organizations are creating strategies in their businesses every year. This is my firm belief. And when I look back and I see, in 1959, there was a company that started making papads. Papads. 7 women got together on the terrace of our house and said, बस बहुत हो गया, कब तक हम ऐसी ज़िंदगी जिएंगे, कुछ अलग करते, चलो पापड़ बेलते हैं, and let us try and market these papads and see where it takes us. In 1959, 7 women got together and started Lijjat Papad. And they took 80 rupees as loan from 2 visionary men, Chhagan Bapa and Mr. Purushottam Dattani, who gave their vision, their guidance and their money for these women to start that setup. And today, close to 60 years later, Lijjat Papad employs over 43,000 women across the country. 43,000 women. That's, I think, perhaps 10 times the size of any big conglomerate or any big IT company that you're talking about in India. The point I'm making is, no business is too small. Like how Dholakia ji said, अगर आप झाड़ू कर रहे हो, तो करिए पूरे प्यार से, पूरे ध्यान से करिए, पूरे मन से करिए. If you love your business well enough, who knows, you'll get the contract to clean all of Surat. Will that be a great business opportunity for you? So when you're making papad, who knows that papad will land up in the biggest countries of the world and will be much sought after by the Indian communities and Western communities. You don't know what you're sitting on. You don't know what dream of yours will ignite and change the way the world works. Yes? So अगर आपको लगता है कि मैं अकेला क्या कर लूँगा लीना, मैं अकेली क्या कर लूँगी, सोचो. अगर these 7 women and these 2 men had not got together and created the story of Lijjat Papad, which grew from 80 rupees to 6.5 billion rupees in turnover and 43,000 women employed across the country, where else will you see this kind of growth? And I'm not in favor of just women empowerment. I feel empowerment is two-sided. Empowerment has to come from the Shiv and the Shakti. Only then you come together and you create magic. If these 7 women did not get the direction of the men, the guidance of the men, the financial help of the men, they probably would not have made this journey the way they have made it today. And that is why I speak about empowerment on 2 sides. If women are ready to open up their wings and spread and fly and reach the dreams, then it is the men's job to empower those women so that they can take the flight of their lives and make a difference in their lives the way they were always meant to be. Yes? And if you think what one me can do, I'll leave you with this thought. It took one Jhansi ki Rani in 1857 to start the first war of Indian independence. It took one Mahatma Gandhi to give up a very cushy life of a barrister in South Africa and come to India, give up everything and give us the freedom that we enjoy today. It took one Neeraj Shah 13 years ago to start BNI in India. It took one Gaurav Singhvi to bring BNI to Surat. And has he not changed the lives of all the people sitting here in the room? Yes? While I was having ice cream during lunch, Nidhi was telling me about this amazing story. This person was selling only ice creams when he joined BNI or dessert. And then somebody met him in the chapter and said, यार तुम कब तक एक दुकान से एक ही चीज़ बेचोगे? let me help you franchise it. And he said, कोई franchise करेगा आइसक्रीम को? बोलेगा करेगा, try तो करो. Today the gentleman has about 4 or 5 franchises across the state. And the guy is doing exponential growth. This is a reality happening right here, right now, in front of you, in your own chapters, with your own members, in flesh and blood. So what then is stopping you from taking the plunge into entrepreneurship as women? Yes. Yes or no? I just hear one yes. Yes or no? Yes, absolutely. So, this is the thing I'd like you to leave with, is for all the men and women sitting in this room right here, right now. I've been given this opportunity to come and speak to you, so I take it upon myself to make sure that I help ignite Gaurav and Nidhi's dream to increase the number of women members inside BNI in Surat in the next year or so. And for that, each and every one of you sitting in the room can make a huge difference by doing a very small, marginally different thing, and it'll change the way BNI Surat looks. Can I share that one thing with you? Yes? Not interested? Yes? Okay. So the one thing that you want to do is, the minute you step out of this room today, open your phone book and look for at least 5 women entrepreneurs who are quietly sitting at home and doing their job, and you will create an opportunity for them by inviting them as visitors to your BNI chapter for the next week. Can I get that commitment from everyone in the room, please? Yes? Speak to at least 5 women. Change at least the lives of 5 women around you, and you have no clue how many lives those women will change going forward from there. Yes? Yes or no, guys? Thank you. And before we end, I'd like for all of you to please stand, because I'm a big believer of taking pledges. When you take a pledge and you repeat after me, I believe it'll get into the hardwiring of your brain, and it'll help me make Gaurav and Nidhi's dream a reality by getting more and more women entrepreneurs into the system. Can I please have everybody please stand to your greatness? Yes? Hands on your heart and look at somebody standing next to you. Don't look at me. Look at the person standing next to you. Look him in the eye or her in the eye and repeat after me. I will help at least 5 women to go to the next level of business in this year. I will not laugh at the dreams of my mother, my sister, my wife, my daughter. I will give 100% support. And now with twice as loud a volume, bring down the roof, repeat after me. I will empower, and I will inspire in everything I do to make this dream come true. Thank you very much and have a lovely evening.